Kurumjay, a very good afternoon. You are watching Afternoon English Bulletin on SKTV, and I'm Victoria Rajkumari. Before we begin, let's take a look at the headlines first. Lok Sabha confirms imposition of President's rule in Manipur with stories. In a rare wee hour session, Lok Sabha has adopted resolution validating imposition of President's rule in Manipur. Union Home Minister Amit Shah moved statutory resolution in the Lok Sabha on proclamation of President's rule in Manipur around 2 a.m. today, followed by discussion. The House passed the resolution by voice vote after a 40-minute discussion during which 8 opposition lawmakers spoke and Amit Shah also responded. Responding to opposition, Union Home Minister Amit Shah said the government has taken all possible steps to bring back normalcy in Manipur. He asserted that there has been no violence in Manipur in the last 4 months. He said talks were on with both Meitei and Kuki communities for a peaceful solution. However, the Union Home Minister also informed the House that as long as people are in relief camps, the situation in Manipur cannot be considered satisfactory. Speaking further, Home Minister Amit Shah said the ethnic violence in Manipur had started following an order of the state's High Court. While urging not to politicize the Manipur issue, Amit Shah said the government acted promptly. He added that the government airlifted security forces on the day the High Court passed the order. The violence started in the aftermath of the High Court order, which was interpreted differently by both groups. With the approval of Lok Sabha today, Rajya Sabha may likely pass a resolution upholding the imposition of President's rule in Manipur. The President's rule can be extended every 6 months with approval from Parliament.
सारी संस्थाओं से अलग अलग 2 मीटिंग दोनों समुदायों के सारी संस्थाओं से अलग अलग हुई है और बहुत कम समय में एक संयुक्त मीटिंग भी भारत सरकार के गृह विभाग के अधिकारियों के साथ होगी। हम इसका रास्ता ढूंढने का प्रयास भी कर रहे हैं, मगर पहली चिंता शांति प्रस्तापित करने की है। जैसा मैंने कहा 4 महीने से एक भी मौत नहीं हुई है, 2 इंजर्ड हुए हैं और परिस्थिति बाय एंड लार्ज कंट्रोल में। मैं नहीं कहता संतोषजनक, जब तक ये विस्थापित कैंपों में रहे तब तक संतोष होने का सवाल ही नहीं। पुनर्विसान पैकेज पर भी अभी चर्चा चल रही है मान्यवर, और आज तो मैं सदन के सामने मान्यवर राष्ट्रपति शासन का अनुमोदन कराने के लिए आया। ये कहा गया कि अविश्वास प्रस्ताव, कोई अविश्वास प्रस्ताव रिकॉर्ड पर नहीं माने। कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लाने के लिए इतने विधायक ही नहीं है कि वो अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लाए। ये हमारे मुख्यमंत्री ने इस्तीफा दिया, फिर राज्यपाल ने भाजपा के 37, एनपीपी के 6, एनपीएफ के 5, जेडीयू के 1 और कांग्रेस के 5 सदस्यों से चर्चा करी। जब बहुमत सदस्यों ने कहा कि हम सरकार बनाने की स्थिति में नहीं है, तब राष्ट्रपति शासन की कैबिनेट ने अनुशंसा की, जिसको राष्ट्रपति महोदय ने स्वीकारा और जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट है इसके हिसाब से मैं 2 माह के अंदर इसका अनुमोदन लेने के लिए आया हूं। मेरा सदन के सभी सदस्यों से विनंती है कि सरकार चाहती है कि जल्द से जल्द शांति हो, जल्द से जल्द पुनर्वसन हो और जो जख्म लगे हैं उस पर मरहम भी लगाए। कृपया सभी दल एक मत होकर ये राष्ट्रपति शासन के निर्णय का अनुमोदन करें, ऐसा मैं आपके माध्यम से विनंती करना चाहता हूं।
Meanwhile, starting the discussion on statutory resolution regarding the President's rule in Manipur, Congress leader Sachin Tharoor said his party support the President's rule in Manipur, but it should be used to restore peace and health in the region. He said the country witnessed a slow burning horror in the state Manipur since May 2023 last year. Many have lost their lives, their homes, and people still continue to take shelter in relief camps. Speaking further, Shashi Tharoor asserted that Congress party had been demanding the early imposition of President's rule, but that did not happen. It was only when Chief Minister N. Biren had resigned and when Congress party was preparing for no confidence motion, the centre decided to impose President's rule. On the other hand, supporting the President's rule by terming as a necessity, Shashi Tharoor said through President's rule, centre must try to regain its legitimacy and public trust in the state. While highlighting the issue of illegal immigration and drug trafficking, Shashi Tharoor also urged centre to use President's rule as an opportunity to heal the state of Manipur and to foster dialogue among communities, to promote economic development, to ensure accountability in governance and to respect constitutional values that have been dismantled in the past many months. On the other hand, DMK leader K. Kanimozi criticized the BJP government for considering the discussion on the critical issue of Manipur crisis at 2 a.m. in the morning. This attitude of government shows a disregard to people of Manipur who have suffering for the past 23 months.
This is the 11th instance that we will be approving President's rule in Manipur, which is a record, sir. The highest of any Indian state in the last 77 years. Now, sir, this is a very serious moment in our own country's history and in the history of Manipur, when sadly our own Prime Minister has not gone to listen to the pain and trauma of the suffering people. Even the Supreme Court has sent a delegation 2 weeks ago. They have visited, they have seen the conditions of the people there. And we would urge that this omission be rectified as soon as possible. In addition to that, sir, we really have to look at what President's rule means in practice for the people of Manipur. Manipur has a rich cultural heritage, natural resources, and yet it's struggling with economic underdevelopment, limited industrialization, high unemployment rates, and inadequate infrastructure. On top of that, the biggest crisis we're facing today, sir, is that there has been an erosion of public trust in the state of India, the state of Manipur, and its institutions. And that legitimacy has to be regained during this period of President's rule. On top of that, we are seeing the state facing severe challenges from illegal immigration and drug trafficking, exacerbating the social and economic conditions I've mentioned. There has been, sadly, a situation where in 2023, a prominent Manipuri woman police officer resigned from the force, blaming the Chief Minister and the government for actually interfering in drug investigations and sheltering drug lords. This has been an absolute shame for the nation, sir. Now, in these circumstances, what do we want, Mr. Speaker? We would like to see President's rule seen as an opportunity to heal the state. It has to be an opportunity to foster dialogue amongst communities, to promote economic development, to ensure accountability in governance, and to respect constitutional values that have been cast to the winds over the last 2 years. It's essential now to restore the infrastructural power of the state. The state needs to restore its credibility. And here, President's rule is a necessary but not sufficient condition. But at the same time, it has to be conducted responsibly by the governor in order to ensure normalcy is restored and that constitutional order once again means something in Manipur.
Manipur so many times in this house, but today is the day you've chosen at after 2 o'clock in the middle of the night to discuss Manipur. It just shows how much regard you have for the people suffering there and how you care. You don't care. Is this the time to give us an opportunity to be discussing Manipur? So this shows how much this government does not care, disregards. You don't even want to give us time to discuss it properly tomorrow, sir. It is really sad.
BJP Manipur Pradesh has expressed their opposition against delimitation process based on 2001 census data. They also formed a 13-member committee regarding the matter. The statement was made by BJP Manipur Pradesh Secretary General Kekirbam Sarat Kumar during a press conference which was held today at BJP Thambal Shanglan at Nithya Park today. Speaking further, K. Sarat Kumar reiterated BJP's commitment to support the decision made by all political parties regarding delimitation process. He also spoke about a Supreme Court's directive to conduct delimitation process in Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Manipur based on 2001 census within 3 months. He also highlighted Guwahati High Court's directive against 2001 census. Furthermore, K. Sarat Kumar said that the BJP Manipur Pradesh had also sent various official letters to relevant authorities to conduct delimitation process based on precise census data and that the party has even submitted cases at court regarding the matter. Meanwhile, attending the press conference, Lamlai MLA Khongban Tabam Ibomsha highlighted that the committee was formed to ensure conduction of delimitation process which is based on precise census data. He also reiterated the party's commitment to stand with the public regarding delimitation.
BJP की स्टैंडी लाइरिबा डेमोग्राफिक इम्बैलेंस लाइरिबा मिटोप तंगसे लाइबा मयामसे मसिनिक थीजना गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ना मदुगी दमकता मांगुनन सो कोइ हुजिक्सी गनो तो बहुले ILP सना हनबा दगी FMR की करिगी अमगे मैम तौरिबा मयामसे मसि करिगिनो हारगदी हुजिकी सि मिटोप सिंजे खंदोगा कोइ ओरिजिनल लोइबा नान ऑनरेबल होम मिनिस्टर ना पार्लियामेंट हादुनी इंडिया सि नो सिंगी फॉरेनर सिंगी डंपिंग ग्राउंड नते हाइरिसे मसिगुम मयामसि निंसिंगागा लोइनमकसे कोइ ताथोबा मतुंगदा कोइ delimitation तो व्यू हाइबसे मसि बीजेपी सु लेंगदब स्टेनी हाइबसे मयामदा हंगनजबनि मणिपुर की प्रजा पुनमक
2001 की सेंसस तो जदुम इरेगुलरिटीज मयाम अमना लैबदगी तौरे दो कोइना कंसर्न याम ओइबसे करिनो हाय कांदा सेंसस तौब कानसिदा मणिपुर की ओइबा इंडिजिनियस खैसे सी फजना खंतोगा मदुदा तोपा मपानदगी चंगझलकपा इलेक्टोरल रोल दे यावहम थोक्तबदे यावसनब खोचनब कैदोबा मयाम लैरिसि मसी सेंगना सेंगतोकपगी सेंसस अमा फजना क्लियर ओइना तौरब मतुंगदा कोइगी डिलिमिटेशन से तौगदबनी हाइबदुनी कोइ बीजेपी ना कोइगी मपानदगी कोइगी आइन काइना चंगझलकप खोलको मयामना कोइ सिदल लैबसी याम कयाम सीरियस होगे जो हंदक हुजि करेंट पार्लियामेंट सिदसु कोइ एक अनि पास तौरबने मपानदगी चंगझलकपसिंगसी मयामसु लोइना इन्फॉर्मेशन लैबिरमनी चंगझलकपसिंगसी कोइ लाख तरा फाइन तौबा दगी 10 years imprisonment पीब खोटपाइन सिनसु बीजेपी ना मपानदगी कैदगी चंगझलगा कोइ मिटोपसिंग करिसिंगसिदि यानझलगा लैबिसी कोइ लेहनबे यादे
Various residents of villages across Bishnupur district lost their cattle amid the ongoing conflict which has persisted for almost 2 years. Villagers of Fubala and Sinusafai in Bishnupur district reported that their cattle were lost after the livestock were left at ground for feeding and that the cattle which were kept at their shade also suffered injuries due to gunfire. The villagers further reported that their cattle were lost and suffered injuries starting from March 29, and they had also said that the returning cattle also suffered injuries. Sinusafai Ward number 5 residents have lost 5 cattle and 2 were injured till now, while residents of Ward number 6 lost 3 cattle and 1 cattle suffered injury. Fubala residents also reported that they lost 2 cattle till now. On the other hand, Narin Sena and Thamna Pokpi residents also reported about their lost cattle.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯀꯦꯅꯦꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯦꯟꯅꯖꯔꯦ ꯉꯥꯛꯇꯪꯗꯨꯗ ꯅꯥꯟꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒ ꯆꯦꯟꯈꯤꯔꯦ ꯆꯦꯟꯈꯤꯕꯗ ꯇꯥꯅꯕ ꯐꯪꯗꯗꯅ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯀꯥꯈꯤꯗ ꯁꯤꯡꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯐꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯀꯥꯔꯛꯀꯅꯨ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯀꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯔꯣꯏ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯨꯗ ꯀꯥꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯨꯝꯊꯖꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯗꯥꯡ ꯋꯥꯏꯔꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯟ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯇꯦꯅ ꯀꯣꯏꯊꯤ ꯊꯤꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯅꯣꯡꯉꯥꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯃꯊꯟꯇ ꯄꯨꯡ 5:30 ꯇꯥꯔꯛꯄꯁꯤꯗ ꯀꯦꯅꯦꯟꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯨꯝꯊꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯄꯥꯜꯂꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯍꯛꯁꯝꯗ ꯐꯥꯎꯔꯒ ꯆꯠꯈꯤꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇ ꯆꯪꯕꯤꯔꯛꯑꯒ ꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇ ꯈꯟꯊꯕꯤꯔꯛꯑꯣ
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯕꯤ ꯃꯄꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯒ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯂꯩꯖꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯕꯤꯁꯤꯅ ꯆꯦꯟꯕ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤ ꯊꯥ 4 ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯦ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯏꯁꯥꯁꯦ ꯏꯪꯈꯣꯜ ꯂꯧ ꯄꯔꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯀꯣꯏꯖꯩ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯟ ꯍꯤꯡꯒꯣꯜ ꯀꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯆꯥꯎꯁꯦꯟ ꯁꯦꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯅꯝꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯌꯥꯝꯕ ꯃꯃꯥꯡ ꯄꯥꯂꯧꯗ ꯀꯣꯏꯊꯖꯔꯒ ꯉꯜꯂꯤꯉꯩ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯊꯝꯖꯕꯅꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠꯁꯤꯃꯗꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯤ ꯁꯟꯖꯦꯟꯅꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯅꯤꯅ ꯁꯟꯖꯦꯟꯅꯕꯗ ꯆꯦꯟꯅꯔꯒ ꯌꯥꯎꯈꯤꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯀꯥꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯁꯤꯒ ꯏꯆꯦꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯁꯤꯒ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯄꯨꯟꯈꯤꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯏꯆꯦꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯅ ꯅꯥꯟꯊꯣꯛꯍꯧꯔꯦ ꯀꯀꯥꯒꯤ ꯁꯟꯕꯤꯁꯤꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯁꯟꯕꯤꯁꯤꯒ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯩꯅ ꯄꯥꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯈꯪꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯁꯅꯥꯎꯁꯤꯅ ꯁꯈꯤꯅꯤ ꯁꯅꯥꯎꯁꯤꯗ ꯅꯣꯡꯃꯩ ꯄꯥꯜꯂ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯁꯦ Asi ayama matamda koina police ta kaida haijaba matamda sanje thaduk kanu haraga no sambu singna namda kandana thaduk pani koi kai tau haibano haiba question ama koi da hangi akoina sansi mangi bagi saga dagi facility bibi haibana te tungda la ka dawa manga ka dawa daw mayam je asigi kitang mieng changbi u section thorang thambi u haibani koi maitai na kongka ma kan sanba yada basida kugi na di kamaina kuma aga sansi no maina kapi bano asigi posu sarkar na mieng kitang changhan ningi.
Vice-Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor N. Alokendra, has expressed deep concern on the adverse impacts received by the students of Manipur during the ongoing crisis. He was speaking at the inaugural function of one-day academic discourse on the Manipur crisis, organized by Manipur University's Department of Law, Political Science, Southeast Asian Studies and College Development Council CDO at its VC Court Hall. Further speaking, Lokendra stated that the crisis greatly affects to the young minds who aspires to achieve bigger goals in life, including civil service aspirants. He added that the crisis also affects agricultural sector to a great extent, as many paddy fields and arable lands in fringe areas have been left unattended due to security reasons. Manipur University's Associate Professor Dr. Chinglin Meshnam, retired Professor Narem Joy Kumar and retired IAS R.K. Nimai also attended at the function today.
Heard and you might have seen in the TV channels, when the interviewer from Delhi came, they visited different places across the state and interviewed young people, both in the hills and the plain. And many of the young people, they were expressing their genuine grievances. Many of them were interested in preparing for civil service exam and the UPSC exam to get themselves appointed in their targeted goal of becoming a bureaucrat or army officers and so on and so forth. These are primary evidences, primary indications which suggest that the youths and the students, they are really affected by this 23 months of crisis in the state. Therefore, as against the policy of this demographic dividend which is sweeping across the country, Manipur is going backward. Manipur has not been able to harvest or to make use of this demographic dividends. And this is going to have a long negative impact in the overall academic and intellectual growth of the state of Manipur.
Students Club Yumnam Kuno, Pole Star Club Yumnam Kuno Awang and Nisaban Singlub have strongly condemned National Vice President of NPP Y. Joy Kumar for allegedly tarnishing the image of Meitei village volunteers in his recent statement on social media. Addressing a press meet, General Secretary of Students Club Yumnam Kuno, Nongmaithem Rocky, termed Joy Kumar's statement as baseless, which portrayed Meitei community in a bad light. Rocky further demanded Joy Kumar to make a clarification on his statement while cautioning that the National Vice President of NPP should be held responsible in case there is occurrence of any unwanted incident in this connection.
April ki tangama numidang wairang gi pung nipang mini nipum nga chatpada National People's Party gi President Oibiriba Y. Joy Kumar na mahaki Twitter account da lebak miyam sokpa yaba Manipur gi praja sing koigi haukiba April May gi tang ahum gi 2023 gi hokiba lal si gi maram da lan na prithvi miyam na uya ba mong da aga kiba post adubu maikei som da lebiriba koigi Student Club Yunang Kuno Gold Star Club Yunang Kuno Awang amadi Disaban Singlup punna apun organization na madu strongly condemn tawni aiba post aduna kunngak li baisini hausingbu lan ubaya amadi atopa community singi mamangda serana na pubaya ba mongda mahaki thagak ki post adubu yaningdo phongdoi National People's Party gi President Viriba Y. Joy Kumar na athu matamda lebak miyang mamangda singdok piraknaba nisingjari kaigumma madubu singdokta bataraga di miyam da lebak miyam na horokpa ihauda paike somgi leijaiba club organization singnasu mangthana saruk yagani haina ekoi nisingjari.
Joint Non-Governmental Voluntary Organization, in short, JNGVO, has condemned the authority for frequently changing Kukching District Superintendent of Police. In the press release, JNGVO highlighted that Priyadarshini Laishram was appointed as Kukching SP after TH Bikramjit was transferred. They further expressed disappointment over the state authority for issuing a transfer order on April 1st for Priyadarshini Lystrom, who has only been serving as SP for a short time. They asserted that an SP should be stationed at the district for at least 2 or 3 years. JNGVO further urged the authority to revoke the transfer order so that SP Priyadarshini Lystrom can properly perform her duty as SP of the district. Eco Network Hairok and Ngarok Thela Youth Team organized a cycle rally under the theme International Zero Waste Day towards West in Fashion and Textile today. The cycle rally was flagged off by Thobal College Assistant Professor Lystrom Jelsham from Hairok Main Gate and concluded at Hairok Part 2. City Club Ground, where a function regarding the cycle rally was also organized. Speaking at the function, Workers' Union Manipur President Waikom Ananda emphasized that My Waste, My Responsibility is the main theme for Zero Waste campaign. He also urged the public to segregate the garbage into categories and dispose of properly. Furthermore, he also emphasized the importance of establishing material recovery facility in every locality to enable waste to wealth scheme under solid waste management rule. He also said that the second-hand clothes available in the state are all used clothes from developed countries. Waikom Ananda also stated that textile wastes are the most problematic waste across the world. He further urged the public to thoroughly understand Reduce, Reuse, Recycle campaign. State Bank of India SBI's Rural Self-Employment Training Institute, in short RSETI, has inaugurated a beauty parlor management training program at its office at Takel Industrial Estate from today. The training program was organized as a part of Central Ministry of Rural Development Scheme for Youth Empowerment. Speaking at the opening function, Imphal West ADC Kaisham Ajadumani urged the participating youths to utilize the skill and certificate which will be provided by the training program to pursue a professional career. He added that SBI will provide relevant loans or funds for the youths who received training under RSET. He further urged the youths to take benefits from the facilities provided by the bank. Manipur State Power Company Limited MSPDPCL organized a one-day sensitization program on sexual harassment of women at workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 at Conference Hall of State Law Dispatch Center in Urembama today. Speaking in the program, Commissioner of Power Dr. Shailesh Kumar Chaurasia stressed on the need to increase the number of women at workplaces as India sets aim to become a developed nation through its Viksit Bharat 2040. He also emphasized on the need to develop women-friendly environment at workplaces.
The participation of women in job or any kind of economic contribution is, I'm not saying they are not doing economic contribution, but like job and professional career, their ratio is very, very less, in fact minuscule. And whatever they do at household, whatever hours they keep working, they are hardly accounted. So if you look forward for a very developing to the developed nation, there you need workforce. So is it possible with keeping half your population inside the household, we are not using their power, their contribution? We have to utilize whatever resources we have and first to bring out women to the workplace. Let them contribute to the economy.
Department of Geology, Waikomani Girls College organized a motivational talk on the topic Marine Geophysics and Exploration Geology at College Conference Hall today. Director of Geophysics at the Marine and Coastal Survey Division, Eastern Region, Geology Survey of India, Director Dr. Lukram Ingoncha Meitei, Principal of Waikom Mani Girls College, Professor Hanjabam Manoranjan Sharma, Head of Geology Department, Waikom Mani Girls College, Dr. Hijam Pusparani attended the program. Speaking in the program, Dr. Lukram Ingoncha elaborated about geophysics, marine geophysics and exploration, and also highlighted about the various studies that are being conducted in Oshin. He also attended to queries raised by students. Organizing Committee of First Assam State Hun Thado Cultural Festival 2025 is set to organize the festival on April 4th in Guwahati, Assam, despite challenges posed by Kuki community. In a press release, the organizing committee highlighted that the festival will be organized with the aim of celebrating and promoting a rich cultural heritage of Thado tribe in Assam, particularly in Dima Hazao and Karbi Anglong. They further condemn unlawful actions of certain groups, including Kuki militant outfits and their frontal organizations like Kuki in Assam, which have attempted to undermine the significance of this event by issuing decrees, coercing Thado leaders into signing forced declarations and calling for a boycott of the festival. Furthermore, the organizing committee also commended government authorities for their timely intervention and commitment to ensure peaceful and successful conduct of the festival. They also urged Thado community to attend the festival and also asserted that Thado will stand as a distinct ethnic group which is independent from other entities, especially Kuki. Imphal East District Magistrate has informed to all arms license holders and arms dealers operating in Imphal East District to submit self-attested copies of their licenses along with duly filled-in information in the form provided by the authority. In an official notification today, the arms license holders and arms dealers are instructed to submit the relevant papers to their respective local police stations on or before April 15 for verification. The notice further mentioned that failure to comply may result in the cancellation of the license without further notice. S. Prajavidhu Paurabi and W. Mohindro Sekta Memorial Trust will be organizing 8 BM Memorial Cross Country Race 2025 on April 6. The cross country race for open category will be flagged off from Paurabi Sekta and concluded at Sekta. Interested persons are asked to report at Paurabi Junior School playground at 6 a.m. on the day, which may also be contacted at mobile number 986 222 5686. I repeat, 986 222 5686 in this connection. Now moving on to national news. Myanmar's ruling military government has declared temporary ceasefire in its operations against armed opposition groups to focus on recovery efforts following powerful earthquake that has claimed more than 3,000 lives. State-run MRTV announced that the ceasefire will remain in effect until April 22nd, citing the need for effective rescue operations and rehabilitation in the wake of 7.7 magnitude quake that struck on Friday. The tremor caused widespread destruction, particularly in Mandalay, one of the hardest hit areas where residents have been left without electricity and running water. The devastating quake also affected neighboring Thailand, where at least 22 people lost their lives, including 15 workers at a high-rise construction site, according to Bangkok's Arawan Emergency Center. As the humanitarian crisis worsens, agencies are warning of severe health risks. The United Nations reported rise in cases of acute diarrhea and heat-related illnesses in displacement camps. The United Nations and other humanitarian organizations have called for urgent assistance to address the growing crisis. The international community is closely monitoring the situation as Myanmar struggles to recover from one of its deadliest natural disasters in recent history. And now the weather report. According to ICR Regional Center, Imphal state's maximum temperature was recorded at 30.4 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 17 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 77% in the morning and 46% in the evening today. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Lok Sabha confirms imposition of President's rule in Manipur. This afternoon bulletin. Thank you for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, have a great evening.